Hi guys, good evening. I hope everyone is able to see my screen and able to hear me as well. Right guys? Is everyone able to see my screen? Yeah, Ulkesh? Okay, perfect. Perfect guys. And any doubts in last class guys? Anyone? And someone has unmuted themselves. If there is no question, you can mute yourself. Thanks a lot guys. All right. All right. So I hope Rajni also arrived. Yeah, great guys. Let me just create a package dot mark dot. Let me give a package name as you know. All right. So I'm creating this package, okay. And in last class we have talked about constructor. Is that correct, guys? Or if there is something which was it constructor and this keyword we had studied in the last class. Is that correct, guys? Not sure. Suganya, Rajani, what we discussed in last class, was it about the constructors and this keyword? Is that what we discussed, or it was something else? Guys, you are able to hear me? Okay. All right. So yeah, I got that. Thank you. So it was about the constructors and this one, correct? So if you guys remember everything correctly, okay, just give me this answer, okay? Say uh, there is a class called country class, okay, and it has a variable, a property called string capital. Okay, so this is the property of the country class. All right, and now what I'm saying, country C or C1 equals to new of country. Okay, this is what I'm doing. Okay, this is your country class, and now tell me guys, what will be the output of this particular line? C1 dot capital. Okay, not yet, I'm not finished yet. I'm just commenting these two lines, okay, and say country capital and capital equals to capital 1. Okay, say this is my program. Okay, now what I want you guys to tell me is, if I uncomment these two lines, will there be any compilation error, guys? Will there be any compilation error if I uncomment line number 6 and 7? Alkesh is saying yes, there will be a compilation error. Any other answer, guys? Anyone? So when I'm saying yes, there will be a compilation error. If yes, tell me, guys, what is the reason why there will be a compilation error? Why? Suganya, what is your answer? Alkesh is saying if we are creating the object of a class with constructor. Okay, he's typing. Suganya, Rajni, is there any answer from you? Will there be any compilation error? If yes, on what line and why? And you guys can, if you want to directly talk, you guys can always unmute yourself. I had given that control. I'm not muting any one of you. You can unmute yourself and just tell the answer. That's also fine with me. Yes, what Alkesh is saying is that's right, Alkesh. Okay, so here is the thing, guys. Okay, now you have a constructor defined in this class, and now on line number 6, what you're trying to do, you are trying to call a default constructor. Is there any default constructor in this class? No, so it will gonna give me a compilation error. Okay, so that is the thing, guys. Okay, just by saying yes or no, it doesn't make your answer is correct or not, but you guys should have some logic behind saying yes or no. All right, okay, so this is, I'm creating the object of the country, but I'm trying to call this default constructor. Is there any default constructor? No. Okay, that's what we discussed in the last class. Okay, and say if there is no constructor at all in this class, then your compiler behind the scene puts the default constructor like this, something like this, public country, like this. It puts behind the scene, we will not be able to see it. That's the reason it works. Okay, so if there is no constructor behind the scene, your compiler puts this constructor. Okay, that's what we discussed. Now tell me, guys, okay, this is all fine. Now if I pass here Alkesh, okay, if I pass here Alkesh, what will be output of line number 7, guys? Will it be null, or Alkesh? What will be the output? Alkesh is saying it will be Alkesh. Any other answer? Any other answer, guys? Okay. All right. So Vinay, what's the problem? Why there is no answer? Is it that you are not understanding, or you already know the answer? You don't want to tell? You should be giving me some reason. Okay. Or else, if you guys are not able to type, that's also fine. You guys can tell me that I won't be able to type. That's also fine. But at least I should know like whether you guys are able to understand this or not. That's very very important. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, if you don't understand, at least say don't understand, or else you say no, I'm, because most of the people might join from the mobile phones and as well, and for them typing from the mobile phone, okay, it will be tough sometimes. Okay, that if that is the case, you can always let me know. Okay, so that I will not be expecting the answers from you guys. Okay, that's the thing. All right, so everyone of you are saying it's Alkesh. Okay, that's fine, that's correct answer. Okay, and why it is Alkesh, you guys are able to understand, I believe, correct? And let me just run this and just show you the output, guys. Oh, it is running some other thing, guys. Okay, let me just right click on this, run as Java application. Yeah, see, it's Alkesh. Now tell me, guys, what will be the output now? What will be the output? So when I saying null, null, okay, fine. Let me see. If anyone has any doubt why this answer null, you can always ask me, guys. Okay, feel free. And now what will be the answer? Okay, see what I did, I just removed this number one. Now what will the answer? Alkesh is saying null. Think about it, guys. Yeah, yeah, it's null, guys. Okay, because you are not initializing the global variable. Okay, you are just initializing the local variable. Okay, so if at all I'd say this dot, now what will be the answer, guys? Alkesh, all right, guys. Okay, fine. Okay, yeah, if I run this, it's gonna give me the Alkesh. Okay, and see, if at all you guys are getting confused, if at all you are not able to ask me in the class, okay, always feel free. At the end of the class, you tell me to stay on. I will be ready to stay on even for half an hour. And if you don't understand something, if at all you guys feel that I don't want to ask in the class, that's fine with me, but ask those questions. Don't, because if you don't understand at this point of time, later on it will become more and more tougher for you guys. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, and there might be a point wherein if at all I feel that not, you guys are not following, I might tell you guys to stop attending this batch. Okay, that's how it is. Okay, and I'll give you full refund as well, don't worry about it. Okay, so make use of this, and if you have any question, ask me. That's the thing. Okay, if not in office, somewhere. Okay, I mean, or if not on in the class, ask me late at the end of the class. Okay, my voice is breaking up. Okay, so everyone is facing this problem, guys. I mean, my voice is breaking even now. No, Alkesh is saying clear voice. Okay, What about Suganya? So Suganya is saying clear. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, but feel free. Okay, if there is anything, any line problem, okay, it's because of me or because of you guys. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, just let me know. You know, it will. I might try something here. Okay. So yeah, thanks. It's clear. Okay, fine, guys. Okay, so this is the thing, and this is how we will use this keyword. Okay, and you can have what we said. We can have multiple constructors. Okay, you can have one more constructor, and you can have no argument constructor here. Your requirement might be something like this. If someone doesn't give me the capital name, I will default it to New Delhi. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so so what will be the output of my program now, guys? Okay, the system.out.println will gonna give me what? New Delhi or something, or null or something else. New Delhi is Alkesh is what he's saying. New Delhi it is. What about the other guys? Yeah, so you guys are able to understand all these things, right? I mean, just don't give the answer. You guys are not 100% sure, don't give me the answer. At least I will know. Okay, you might need I might change the way in which I'm explaining a particular topic. Okay, so don't worry if at all you don't understand, but you have to let me know. Okay, so, so that's how it is, guys. Okay, fine, thanks a lot. All right, guys, so this is New Delhi. Okay, fine, Nagamini. Okay, that's she's joining from mobile, and it can be hard to type from the mobile. Okay, no issues. All right, and I will be sending you guys what you call this, the recorded link tonight for sure. Sure, I will upload all your recordings. Okay, and I'll be sending you guys the recordings as well. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Okay. Oh, okay, Nagamini. I understand. No issues. Okay, that's fine. Might be some problem. Okay, so we know now how the constructor works. And can someone tell me if at all I have a method called, or before that, let me create one more constructor and say uh, this country class might have something else. Okay, int uh, ISD code. Okay, ISD code. Okay, and you know, int int ISD code. Okay, so imagine you have something like this. Okay, okay, now tell me, guys, I want to create one more object named C2. Okay, named C2, and I want to initialize, I want to create that object by calling this constructor. Okay, then tell me, guys, how will I create the object using this constructor? Alkesh is saying C2 equals to name of country. Okay, but you have to say country C2 equals to name of country, a name of country of 10, correct? Okay, this is what Alkesh is saying. Any other answer, guys? This is what Alkesh is saying. Okay, yeah, correct. So Alkesh is saying country C2 equals to name of country. Perfect, I understood. Yeah. Any other answer? How will I create the object of Nagavini is saying that's right. Okay, what Alkesh is said, that's correct, she's saying. Okay, Rajni is saying same answer. Suganya, same answer. Okay, so let me copy and paste Alkesh answer. I'm saying it's wrong. Think about it, guys. I'm saying whatever Alkesh has said, it's wrong, guys, and all of you are wrong. In fact, not just Alkesh. Okay, tell me why, guys. Now see the code properly and tell me why. No, Rajni, no, that's not how you will call a constructor, correct? I mean, if you want to call this constructor, this constructor which takes capital, you will call probably like this. You will pass something like Rajni, correct? You will not say string Rajni, correct? String Rajni you will not say, because yeah, you will say just Rajni if you want to call. So no, that's not the thing. So any other answer? Rajni said got it. Okay, what about Alkesh? What's the problem? Don't do it on your system. Try to see. See, it gives you a compilation error. I'm putting on semicolon. Alkesh is saying because in default constructor we have to pass two arguments. No, why will there is two values for no? See, there are only three constructors, correct? This is one constructor. I mean, three things are there. Okay, I am not saying it's constructor or what. It's up to you guys. This is one. It takes one single string argument. You can call it like this. This one doesn't take any argument, so you can probably call the second thing like second constructor as like this without passing any argument. This is fine. Third constructor, how will you call, guys? Is it a constructor? First of all, see it, guys, properly. Is it a constructor? Say C3. Okay, is it a constructor, the third one? No. Nagavini is saying no. Okay, so what is it, guys? Why it is not a constructor? It's a method. How do you say it's a method, guys? Yeah, that's correct, guys. Okay, it's I have said void. Okay, fine. So you guys should know that now that error will go from here. Okay, probably I'm gonna save this just to make sure what's happening. Country, oh, this one I made it as lowercase. Okay, see, this error gone. Okay, but if you have something like void here, it becomes a method, guys. Okay, that's as simple as that. Okay, so this is not was something to check your knowledge. This was just, you might have overlooked that void. Okay, this is fine. These kinds of errors are fine, guys. Okay, I would just we do like this. What happens is normally that will keep you will remember that, okay, void creates problem. Okay, void is something wherein if you bring in the void, it becomes a method. Okay, all right, now it's a constructor. Okay, and all other answers, some of the other answers what you gave, okay, it made me to think that constructors are still not clear, seriously, guys. Okay, so see, guys, okay, if a constructor takes one single argument, it's of type int, you can call that constructor like this. If at all you call some constructor, say C5, okay, say C5, and you're passing 10, or 10 and uh, 10 and Suganya. Okay, if you pass like this, the problem is, see, your this particular thing, it will try to see, is there any constructor which takes two argument? Is there any constructor which takes two argument? No, guys, there's nothing which takes two argument. It's gonna give you a compilation error. Okay, so one of the answer was, for default constructor we have to pass two arguments, something like that. No, that's not the thing, guys. Okay, now, but if you have a constructor like this, now this is one more question to you guys. Okay, apart from all these three constructor, I have one constructor like this. Okay, say string capital. Okay, this dot code equals this dot capital equals to, okay. Now if I uncomment this line number 13, will it give me any compilation error, guys? Come on, if I uncomment this line number 13, will it give me any compilation error? No. Alkesh is saying no. What about others? If someone is not able to type, that's fine, guys. Okay, I understand, no issues. Suganya, any answer? By the way, all of you, so Suganya is a teacher, okay? So yeah, Suganya saying no. Okay, fine, guys. Now I'm saying, yeah, it will give me the compilation error. Now tell me why. And in fact, it is giving the compilation error. Think about it, guys. Think about it. Alkesh is saying sequence of arguments. Yeah, order of arguments. That's correct. That's right, guys. Okay, see, it's like this. Okay, it will try to see, is there any a constructor which takes first an integer argument and then a string argument? No, there's absolutely no constructor which does it. See, there is one constructor, but it takes first string. So probably if you want to call this constructor, probably you have to do this little bit ulta in the sense like this. Got it, guys? Now it will not give me the error. Okay, and if at all you are very much, you don't want to change it, then you have to have such a constructor over there. Okay, you have to have the constructor over there which takes string first integer and then the string. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so even the order matters, guys, when you, and the same rule applies for methods as well. Okay, same rule applies for the methods as well, guys. Okay, and this is about the constructor, guys. Okay, this is all someone can ask you in the interview, or some you can come across the constructor. This is it. Okay, all right. Yes, Rajni, go ahead, please. Rajni has a doubt. Take your time, no issues. Objects can be created only for constructors. Is it, are you saying, see, this is what you have typed. Okay, only for the constructors, or even, are you saying instead of for, are you saying from constructors, or you are saying for constructors? For constructors. Now I don't understand this. The thing is, like, constructors are the one which help you to create the object. Okay, you can create the object only when you call a constructor. Okay, but you cannot create an object when you call a method. Okay, say you cannot ever create an object by calling a method, just by calling a method without calling a constructor. Okay, but there are chances. Okay, now if I tell you this, you guys might get confused. Okay, so the plain answer is no. Okay, that is the truth. Say there is a method called public static get create obj. Okay, there is a method. Okay, and those who don't understand this, please don't mind. Okay, and it has a return type of country. Okay, this I'll be taking it later on, guys, but you know, if you don't understand, fine. So you know, this is how I understand, Rajni, your question. Okay, I understand from your question that can we create an object by calling a method, or it is only it we can create sorry uh, can we create an object of a class by calling a method, or we have to always call a constructor to create the object of a class? Okay, the answer is you have to always call a constructor. But you might have something like this. There is a method which returns you an object of type country. Objects are created to call the constructors. Okay, Rajni is saying objects are created to call only constructors. Okay, now I understand. Okay, no, that is not the rule. That is not something, you know, that is not the thing. Okay, why using no other option? Okay, that, oh, no option to unmute. You don't have option to unmute. Just a minute, guys. Okay, let me check, because I normally don't keep that control with me to mute you guys. Okay, yeah, it says self muted. Rajni is self muted, means you have muted yourself. Okay, no issues, guys. Okay, all right. So what I understand from the Rajni is objects are created to call only the constructors. No, Rajni is saying, why do we create the objects? Why do you create the object? Is that what is your question, Rajni? No? Okay, probably I'll call you. Okay, is that fine? I call you on the phone, or is it will get disconnected from your network or something? Okay, I'll call Rajni. Just a minute, guys. Yeah, Rajni, go ahead. Okay. Okay. So it says you have muted there. Okay, no issues. Yeah, go ahead. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Invoke method in like this using the new keyword. No, the new keyword you cannot use to invoke a method. No, you cannot. Okay, that is the first thing. Any other thing? This is what it is. No, that's fine. Why you need to be sorry? That's okay. That's perfectly fine. Okay, that's it, right? Okay, fine, guys. Okay, so Rajni was basically asking how to can we use this new keyword to invoke a method? No, we cannot use this new keyword to invoke a method. We have to use new keyword to invoke the constructor alone. Okay, constructor alone. That is the thing, guys. Okay, that's the first thing. You cannot use new keyword. Okay, now why do we create the objects, guys? Why do we create the objects? Anyone? Why do we create the objects? Absolutely correct, Nagavini. To access the parameters or the properties of an object. Okay, if you want to access the properties or the parameters of the object, okay, you have to create the method, guys. Okay, and you might say if it is a static, you might not need to create the object. Yes, but static will be, say, on an average, okay, if there is a class, okay, and there are 10 properties, normally 9 properties will be non-static properties, guys. Okay? You cannot access those properties without creating the object. Okay, that's the thing. That's the main intention. We have to create the objects. Okay, and even if there is a non-static method, say there is a non-static method. Okay, how will you call this method, guys? Okay, only option you can call this method is by creating the object of that particular class. Otherwise you cannot call some, say there is, let me, okay, void, okay, and it say it is printing, okay, printing some. Okay, the only way you can access this particular method is by creating the object. Otherwise there is no way you can call this functionality. Okay, say this functionality saying greet is the functionality. Okay, it just greet the customer. Okay, you cannot ever call this particular method unless you create the object of that particular class. Okay, so understood, guys, why do we create the object of a class? Okay, and when we go for Selenium, you guys will be able to understand it in much better way. Okay, any doubts, anybody? Feel free, guys. All right, okay, fine, guys. All of you are comfortable with the objects and the constructors. Okay, now if I want to call this greet method, I can call anything. Okay, say c5 dot greet, I can call, it's fine. c2 dot greet, I can call. c3 dot greet, I can call. c1 dot greet, I can call. Okay, I can call it in any way. Okay, but otherwise you cannot ever call this particular method. Okay, that's the thing, guys. All right, c2 dot greet. Okay, understood. Now see, here's the thing. I will show you something about the methods. Okay, I'm gonna revisit the methods. Okay, com dot merck mark dot methods 1. Okay, see, there is a class called student class, or else there is a class called Firefox. Okay, class name is Firefox, or else let me create the student class. Okay, and it has some property called string name. Okay, there is something called as create student, one more class called as create student. It has public static void main. Okay, like this, and say there is a print method. Okay, public static void print. It says system.out.println. Okay, say or greet. Okay, hello. Okay, this is the method, guys. Now I create the object of the student class. Student s1 equals to name of student. Okay, this is how I have created the object of the student class. Now I said s1 dot greet. Okay, greet. Okay, it will gonna print me hello. That's what it will gonna print me. Now my question to you guys is, if I have one more method, say, okay, static, non-static, doesn't matter, guys. Okay, anything you have. Okay, it's up to you. One more method, say ask. Okay, and it says who are you. Okay, now my requirement is if I call this greet method, it should call, it should first print hello, and then it should call this ask method. Okay, and so what will gonna happen is, what I want, when someone says s1 dot greet, when you call this method, it should first print hello, and then it should call this method called ask, and it should say who are you. Okay, now to implement this, okay, and how will I, first of all, the first question to you is, ask is a method and greet is a different, these are the two different methods. Can I call one method from another method? That's the first question, guys. Can I call one method from another method? Nagavan is saying yes, Alkesh is saying yes. Good, guys. All right, so from the line number 9, I want to call ask method. Can you guys? No idea. Rajni is saying no idea. That's fine. Okay, those who have said yes, can you give me the exact line what I need to write if I want to? Okay, so Nagavan is saying ask, and Alkesh is saying this dot ask. All right. Okay, let me go with Nagavani's answer. Okay, because this is what answer even I had thought. Okay, now the this dot ask, how it will behave, and this, yeah, this dot ask also should not be creating any problem. Okay, say this dot ask, it doesn't create any problem. Okay, but you need not use this here. Okay, but if say that is this dot class, what is basically gonna do is, it will just check, is there any global is there any method called ask in this particular class? It's there, right? It's there, right? So it will gonna call that. Okay, but the simple way will be what Nagavani pinged me. This is how I will call. Okay, I had to call. Okay, just a minute, guys. Now if I right click on this, okay, right, let me right click and run as Java application, and this is what I wanted, guys. Okay, so basically we can call one method from another method. Okay, and next we're gonna see how to call one constructor from another constructor. Just a minute, guys. Okay, so we know how to call one method from another method. Okay, now, okay, so there should not be any doubt, guys. Anyone having any doubt, please ping me. I should be able to clarify those things. Okay, or else you can unmute yourself. No doubt. Okay, guys. Okay, perfect. Now let's go back to this particular thing wherein we had that country and create object, this keyword. Okay, constructor chaining. Okay, this is called constructor chaining. Okay, I will gonna show you. Okay, it's nothing, guys. Okay, when they say constructor chaining, it's not a rocket science and all. It's just like how we call this method from one method to another method. Okay, the same thing what we'll be doing is we'll be calling one constructor from another constructor. That is what they call it, the constructor chaining, guys. Okay, all right. Say I have something like this. Okay, I have a constructor. I have a constructor like this. Okay, okay, it's like this is the constructor, guys, and this does this particular thing. Say I have one more constructor. Say public country. It takes an integer argument, int ISD code it takes. Okay, and probably I want to do something like this here. Okay, this is my one more constructor. This is my one more constructor, guys. Now the question is, okay, what I can do here, instead of this particular line number 8, I can very well call this constructor. I can call this constructor. If this was a method, okay, say if this was a method void, okay, I have made it as a method. As soon as I put it, it is a method. If it was a method, I will probably do like this, and I will pass whatever ISD code. I'll pass it here, and it will do me the trick. The same thing. Any doubt in line number 8 and this method, guys? I'm just calling that method, nothing else, guys. Anyone having any doubt? Feel free to ask me, guys. Yeah, no doubt. Okay. All right, guys. no doubt, fine. But how to call, this is a method, okay, and that's fine, and we are calling it. How to call a constructor? Confusing? Okay, Rajni, go ahead. So what is the confusion here? Say this, it consider it as a method, okay? So it's a line number 8, okay? Say it's a method, say print, and say, forget about this line number 13, say SYSOUT, it will gonna print whatever you pass to it. Now tell me, is there any doubt on line number 8? Suganya is also saying she's also having the doubt. Perfect, guys. Okay, I want you guys to come up with these things. Okay, and I really appreciate when you come up. When don't, there should not be any confusion. Now tell me, guys, is there any confusion on line number 8? Feel free, guys. No? Suganya, any confusion? Feel free, Suganya. No issues. Nagavani is saying no. So now, what about you? Still confusion? Let me know. No, on line number 8, do you have any confusion now? On line number 8, I am calling this print method. Is there any confusion? Previously, you had the confusion. I changed my code altogether. So is there any confusion, Suganya? No? Okay, perfect. I'm just calling this particular method, okay, print method. And what it's gonna do is, say when I create the, this particular object, what it's gonna do is, it will gonna call this particular thing constructor, okay, and first it will try to call this method, which print method. It will print whatever 10 you have passed. It will first print it. That's it, guys, nothing else. And then this line will be executed, this dot capital equals to capital. So at the end of the thing, your object will look like this, okay? Your object will look like this, guys. Once you execute this line number 6, your object will definitely look like this. Say this is an object and its object reference is C5, okay? C5 is the object reference, guys, okay? And it will have the memory location of this object, okay? That all you guys know, okay? And C5 is the object. It will have the memory location of this object, and say this some memory location, okay, of this particular object. And tell me, guys, it has two properties. It has two properties, like, right, string and capital, okay, string and capital. So what will the value of capital and what will be the value of ISD code? Sorry, ISD code, capital, and the ISD code. What will be the value that will be assigned to capital, and what will be the value that will be assigned to ISD code? And this will tell me whether you have understood the what do you call this, constructor properly or not, okay? Yes, guys. So it has two properties. Cap equal to Suganya, it, is what Alkesh is saying. What about the ISD code? ISD code is 0. That's what Alkesh is saying. There's something wrong, guys. What Alkesh pinged me, and that's something wrong. Who will correct me? And when I say correct me, don't give some arbitrary answer, guys, okay? There should be one logic behind that. I want you guys to think and then give the answer. Rajni is saying capital is null. Okay. All right, guys. What about the ISD code? Suganya? Rajni is saying ISD code is 10. Rajni, can you tell me where in this country class we are initializing the ISD code, global variable ISD code? For initially it will be 0, correct? Can you tell me if it is 10, where we are initializing it? You said 10, right? There should be some line wherein you would have seen that, okay, we are initializing the global variable. That's how it gets, because by default it will be 0, and that made you to think that yes, then it will get converted into 10. There should be some line, right? I mean, otherwise, passing 10 as an argument. Yeah, I'm passing the 10 as an argument. This is the local variable. This is the local variable. I'm passing, this is also a local variable. I'm passing the 10 as an argument. So where I'm initializing this, guys? So if you pass something, that's it. The local variable, the global variable is getting initialized. That's what you are saying. Nagavan is saying when the constructor is called. Nagavan is saying it's initialized, I think. So where we are initializing this? Rajni is saying I think it's 0. Come on, guys, go step by step. Go step by step. What you are doing here? You are passing Suganya to this capital 10 twice decode. Okay, 10 twice decode. Then you are passing this here. Instead of saying like this, you can very well say that you are passing this, whatever 10 you get here, you are passing it here, 10 like this. And when you pass it here, it will, this ISD code will gonna get this 10, and you are just printing the ISD code. Are you anywhere initializing the global variable? No, guys. What Alkesh had told, it was 100% correct. And I just wanted to see you guys, okay? See, I just wanted you guys to think. So what is the problem, guys? Where is the problem that you guys are thinking? I mean, facing. What is the confusion? See, it's like this. Here, no, how, what I said, how will I initialize the global variable? I should say this dot, okay? This dot capital. If at all I had written somewhere like this on line number 13, what I'm saying, this dot ISD code, now it's a completely different thing, guys. Now this dot ISD code means it's a global variable, correct? So it will be initialized, guys. But I'm not initializing it anywhere. Just a minute, guys. Now I'm initializing it. Now you can say, ISD code is getting 0. But if you don't have this, how can you say that, its ISD code is getting initialized to 10? Nowhere I'm initializing, guys. In the same way, if you don't have anywhere like this dot capital, then you cannot say even capital is getting assigned a value of Suganya. What is the doubt, guys? Come up with the doubts. What Alkesh had told, it was 200% correct. Okay, Alkesh had told it is Suganya, and sorry, this when you say capital will be assigned a value of Suganya, that's what he told. Okay, capital will be assigned a value of Suganya here, and ISD code will remain 0, guys. The reason why it is remain 0 is that's because nowhere I'm initializing this. Everyone got why it is so. So if you want, you can just print it. Okay, at the print, you can print it. Okay, say SYSOUT for you guys to be 100% sure. What? Sorry, guys. SYSOUT system.out. Okay, you want to print it here. SYSOUT C5 dot capital will gonna give me this, and C5 dot ISD code. Okay, if I run this, it's gonna give me, okay, it is printing this 10 because of I'm printing this line number 13. Say, let me just put it somewhere. 13. Okay, so that we'll make sure, okay, this is what is the output. Okay, this is line number something. Okay, so don't worry about this. But it is printing Suganya and 0. Is everyone fine with whatever things we are getting? Anyone having any question? This is the output. Suganya, you have question you said? Go ahead. No? Okay. So think, guys, okay, before answering, please think. Okay. Yes, Rajni is saying, can we debug this? Perfect, Rajni. Okay, perfect. We're gonna debug, guys. Okay. But this debug, okay, perfect. Yeah, that's fine. Right click, debug as Java application. And debugging is very, very important for you guys. Believe me, if tomorrow, if at all you are becoming a Selenium developers, okay, see, debugging will take 90% of your time. Okay, that's the truth, guys. Okay, and if at all you are Java developer, the same thing. It will gonna take 90% of your time. Okay, say the execution starts from line number 16. Okay, I will gonna execute line number 16, but if I press this F6, no, what will gonna happen? You guys see here, okay, where my mouse pointer is. Okay, at the top. Okay, here guys, here. Okay, so if I press F6, this one will be executed, okay, as a one command. But you want to see how it is getting executed by internally, you have to probably press this other thing called as F5, the other key which says step to F5. Okay, so I'm pressing F5. There is some problem here, guys. Just a minute. Okay, let me press F6 itself. Just a minute, guys. There's some problem. Okay, right click, debug as Java application. That's fine. Let me say F6. Okay, we came here. Okay, we are trying to execute line number 6. To execute line number 6, when you call, your control comes here. Here, what is the capital, guys? Capital is Suganya. ISD code is 10. okay, but it's not the global. These are the local variables in this particular constructor, guys. Capital and ISD code. If you want to see the global variable, you have to go in here. Capital is null, ISD code is 0, guys. Okay, that's very important to know. Any doubt so far at this point of time? Anyone? I'm yet to execute line number 8, guys. Yet to execute line number 8. All right, okay. So I'm gonna execute line number 8, okay, and I'll put a breakpoint here, okay. So when I execute line number 8, see guys, your control comes here because you're calling this print method, okay. And now I execute this line again, okay, it will gonna print something on the console. Right now the console is completely empty, okay. So if I say this, see, console line number 13 it said, and whatever ISD code that you have passed here, okay, ISD code. Now if I F6, again the control came here, you have the ISD code. Sixth line calls the constructor, okay. Yes, yes, Rajni, the sixth line calls the constructor. Sixth line, whenever you see the new, whenever you are creating the object, it always calls the constructor, guys, okay. There is no way you can create a constructor without calling there is no way. Not able to hear. Rajni is not able to hear. What about others, guys? Alkesh is saying clear voice. Suganya is saying clear. Nagaveni, it's clear. Okay. Rajni, you might need to check from your end. Now you're able to hear me now. Somewhat okay. Rajni, you're there. Still, it's not clear. Rajni, you're there. Okay, Rajni has just left. Maybe she will rejoin. Just a minute, guys. Just hold on for a minute. In the meantime, anyone having any question, guys? Anyone? Rajni has arrived. Rajni, you are able to hear us now? Rajni, you are able to hear us? Still no? Might be some problem with your end, Rajni. You might need to check. We are able to hear you now. Okay, fine, guys. Fine, Rajni. Okay, and now you are unmuted. You are unmuted yourself. If you want, you can mute yourself, or you can be as it is, provided there is no background noise. Okay. All right. Fine. So let's go ahead and do it again. Okay, in real quick time. Okay, I will do a debug. Right click, debug as Java application. Line number 6, we're gonna call the constructor. Okay, when we come into the constructor, there are two local variables in this constructor, capital and ISD code, and global variables, capital and ISD code is null and 0, guys. Okay, but the local variables are Suganya and 10. Now if I execute this line number 8, it will gonna call the print method, and it will gonna print this line number 13. Okay, that's what we see down at the bottom in the console. Now again, if you say F6, now again, once this line gets executed, your control comes back to here. Now see guys, okay, this is very important to know. Local variable capital is Suganya, ISD code is 10. Global variable is null, ISD code is 0. If I execute line number 9, see guys what happens. Line number 9, the global variables will change from null to Suganya, okay, at the top right hand corner of my screen. See, it says Suganya over there. It got changed. And if I say F6, now the control came here. Now what it is showing? It is just showing you args of this particular class. Your control is here. Okay. C5 has capital as Suganya, ISD code as 0, because we have not changed the ISD code, guys. Okay. Now I'm printing Suganya and I'm printing ISD code, guys. This is how it is. Any doubts, anyone? No doubts? Okay, now there is a question. Till the next time constructor is called, the current values will be there in the string. And okay, now here is the thing, guys. Okay, what Nagavini is asking is this. Just a minute. What Nagavini is asking is, if you call the constructor again, what will gonna happen? If you call this constructor again, what will gonna happen? Nagavini, how you wanna call the constructor? That is important here. You wanna call the constructor like this, C6. This is how you wanna call the constructor. And say this time you are giving say
without arguments.
Do you think you will be able to call this constructor without the arguments? Do you have any no argument constructor in your class?
No.
Okay, so you won't be able to call no argument constructor. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, fine. So if I call with some other parameters, then that will be assigned. Is it? Until then,
Okay.
the values are small.
Yeah, this is your question. Say this time I'm saying New Delhi and 99. What's going to happen? Correct? That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. So what you have to understand is, I'm printing the same thing again here. C6 again here also C6. Okay, this is what I'm doing. Okay, I'll again show you the debug. Okay, now if I right click and debug as Java application, what's going to happen is, first you are trying to create an object. Okay, see here guys, you are trying to create an object C5. It's gonna do all these things. Okay, and you come here. Now if you come here, there is an object C5 with capital as Suganya, ISD code as 0, and that is what you are printing here. But when you create one more object, what will gonna happen, guys? You will have one more object over there. See, C5 has Suganya and this one. Here you are creating one more object. Okay, so what we discussed, guys, so far in the constructor. See, there are two objects. That is what you have to understand. and whatever you have for this object has nothing to do with this object. These are the two separate objects. What is a class, guys? What is a class? We discussed class is something which helps us to create the objects, correct? You can create n number of objects, guys. You can create n number of objects. You can create a country with the capital of New Delhi. You can create one more country which is of capital of say uh, something, New York or Washington DC, something, and like that. Okay, you can keep on creating the country object, guys, and each country object will be different. This country has capital as Suganya. This country has capital of New Delhi. These are the two different objects. That's what you have to understand. Any doubts, anyone?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, till when the object will be having the like validity? Till when the data is stored in that? Like when it gets released?
When the objects gets released means,
Yeah.
you mean to say there is this object C5. When this object will go out of, I mean, when this object will say, you are trying to ask me this. Okay, let me know if it is correct. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
very good question, guys. Okay, if this is what is your question, then it's a very good question. Let's see. Okay, just a minute, guys.
Like memory will be allocated, right? Like we keep
Absolutely, that's what I'm
creating
gonna, yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Okay, just a minute, guys. How the object gets created, guys? Objects, there will be an object called C5. Okay, C5. Say this object has what? Say string and an integer. Okay, this object has a string and an integer. Now, say when you create the object, okay, what's going to happen, guys? Okay, always your Java compiler will allocate some memory. Okay, say integer, for integer, it might allocate 1 byte, 1 byte. Okay, and for string it might allocate 2 bytes. Okay, so this is for this, these 2 bytes are for string. Okay, 2 byte. So totally for your SC5 object, it will gonna block 3 memory locations, guys. Okay, 3 memory locations, because what your your Java compiler will think is, okay, it has to store one integer. Okay, say it is taking 1 byte of memory and string is taking 2 bytes of memory. Okay, and now this byte location is, this byte is at the memory location. Say, let me write it here. This byte is at the memory location C8. So this one will be at the memory location C9. Okay, then it is, say, next memory location D0. Okay, so these are the 3 continuous memory locations. Okay, and this particular thing is allocated for this C5 object. And how do we say C5 object is pointing to this particular object, this object? It's because C5 will have the memory location of this particular address. So C5 will be having this location. Okay, this is how when you create any object, there will be some 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 bytes of memory will be allocated for that object, depending on what all objects should store. Now, say you keep on creating the objects, there will be millions of objects. There will be millions of objects, guys. Correct? Now, say your RAM has 1 GB of RAM. You have, okay, 1 GB of RAM. Okay, so each of the object is taking three bytes. Okay, and say 1 GB equals to 1024 bytes. What's going to happen after creating around 300 objects like this? You will run out of memory. You will run out of memory. Okay, so but there will be a way wherein you can create this delete this memory address. I mean, you can free up this memory address. Okay, free up this memory address. So how will you free up this memory address? That will be taught in something called as garbage collection. Not here, garbage collection. Okay, garbage collection. As of now, remember, till this entire code gets executed, your object will be there in the memory. It will not get freed up. Your C5 object will be there in the memory till the last line number 13 gets executed. Same way, C6 will be in the memory till line number 13 gets executed. But that is not always true. There is a concept called as garbage collection, guys. There is a concept called as garbage collection. Just a minute. Okay, there is a concept called garbage collection. That's when we need to know that garbage collection method to understand this, when exactly this gets removed from the memory. Okay, and we're not gonna see it right now. Okay, but as of now, you understand till the line number 13 gets executed, it will be there in the memory, and immediately after that, it will be destroyed from the memory. Fine, Nagavini, because I don't want to confuse right now. Okay, because to tell you about the garbage collection, you have to understand some other things.
Yeah, that is fine.
Okay, any other doubt?
That's fine, Vishal.
Was this your question or something else was your question?
Yeah, this was my question actually.
Okay, fine.
There is, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't want to confuse, but I know there is one concept of destructors, right? So
Destructor.
I just wanted to know
Yeah.
till when the memory is allocated or when it gets released.
Okay.
Once it comes out of the class, it gets just I got that question.
Yes. See, it's like the truth is like this. Okay. Truth is like this. Say you are printing these two things, and if at all I say C5 equals to null.
Yeah.
Now C5 equals to null. Say you are saying at line number 10. Now anytime after this, it might get released. Okay. Anytime after this, if you say C5 equals to null.
Okay.
But if you see, it's like this. Okay. For those who wanna really know. Okay. Say there is one object like this. Okay, and some say C5 is pointing to this particular object. Okay, because C5 will have the memory address of that particular object. Okay, memory address.
Okay.
Okay, till the time that pointer is there, it will not be deleted from the memory. That is for sure. Till the time some variable is pointing to this object, it will not be deleted from the memory. But as soon as you say C5 equal to null, that time this object becomes an orphan object. Orphan object means there will not be any variable which is pointing to this particular object, guys. There will not be any variable which is pointing to this particular object. Now what happens is, now anytime it might get deleted from the memory, but when exactly, the truth is no one knows when exactly. This is the plain truth, guys. Okay, Java has not given that control to the developers. Java handles it internally. Unlike C language, we can define when we want to destroy the object completely, okay, from the memory location when we want to erase. But Java, that has not given that particular control to the developer cannot decide what exact point when you want to destroy that object. That is the plain truth, guys, okay, and this is 100% truth. We will understand about this in garbage collection things, okay. That time I will also discuss about what you call as destructors, guys, okay. Any other doubt, anyone? Okay, fine. So but if you say c5 equals to null, then the c5 object might get deleted at uh, anywhere anytime after that. But if you don't put this c5 equals to null, then till the time line number 12 gets executed, it will be there in the memory. That's 100% sure, okay. We'll see about it in the garbage collection. Any other doubt, anyone? No? Okay, guys, no doubt. I wanted to tell you about this. We wanted to discuss about constructor chaining, and we got drifted from the topic. I said, let's forget about this, all these things. I said I can call a method like this from a constructor like this. Okay, I'm calling this print method. Okay, just a minute. And if I do this, your output will be, okay, line number 1310, whatever I'm printing here, and then Suganya and 0. And you guys don't have any question why it is Suganya and 0, correct? No one has any doubt. If anyone has any doubt, please ask me, guys. No doubt? Okay. Now let me do this. Now what will be the output, guys? What will be output of line number 7, and what will be the output of line number 8? Alkesh is saying Suganya and 0. Suganya is saying Suganya and 0. Anyone, any other answer, guys? Nagavini is saying Suganya and 10. Rajni is saying Suganya and 10. So these are the three things, guys. Okay. Nagavini and Rajni is saying Suganya and 10. And Suganya and Alkesh is saying Suganya and 10. And the answer is this, guys. Sorry. Suganya and 10. Alkesh and Suganya. Did you guys understand why it is Suganya and 10? Alkesh is saying yes. What about you, Suganya? Okay, perfect. This is fine. So far you guys understood. Yes, you are passing this 10 okay, to this ISD code. Yes, correct. And then this particular ISD code, whatever you're passing, 10 is getting assigned to it, something like this. 10 is getting assigned to this global variable. That's it, guys. Okay. Yeah. If this is no doubt, this is a method you are calling at line number 8, and I hope there is no doubt in this method. Okay, just a minute. Okay, just a minute, guys. If there is no doubt, see, if I print this, it says Suganya and 10. Let me convert it from, see what I'm doing, see it carefully, guys. Instead of this method, I'm converting it to, say, I'm still keeping it as a method. Okay, say I'm still keeping it as a method and run as, sorry, this one, run as Java application. It is still saying Suganya and 10. I just changed the method name from the print to country. Any doubt at this point of time, guys? Any doubt, anyone? Okay, no doubt. Now, how will I convert it from method to constructor, guys? I will remove this void, correct? Let me remove this void. It becomes the constructor. Now, don't worry about this error message. Forget about that error message for a while. Okay, consider there is no error message here altogether. Okay, consider there is no error message. But is it now say consider there is no error message, and if I just run this particular class, if it gives me Suganya and 10, will there be any confusion? Say for time being, just imagine this error message, compilation error, is not there. Okay, just forget about this. Okay, and if at all we are running it, say we are getting this output, that is Suganya and 10, will it confuse you guys, or is it confusing? No confusion, correct? Okay. Why it is giving you error, I'll tell you. Okay, why it is giving you error, I'll tell you, guys. Problem is, you cannot call a constructor like this. How you call a method, you cannot call the constructor like this. You have to use, instead of the object name, you have to say this. That is all about it. When you want to call a constructor from one constructor to another constructor, you have to call like this. You cannot say country like this. You cannot say. Instead, you have to use this. Only this is the change, guys. Is it confusing? It's calling country constructors. Rajni is saying it's calling country constructor. It's calling a constructor which takes one string argument. In this class, it is calling a constructor which takes not a string argument, which takes an integer argument. So there is only one constructor. Any other doubt, guys? Any other doubt? No doubt? This is how you will call the constructor, and this is called as constructor chaining, guys. This is called as constructor chaining. Okay, now Rajni is asking something. Yes, this keyword can be used to refer variables and call constructors. I will change slightly a bit, okay? I'll change your sentence a little bit. Rajni is saying this. She's saying, so this keyword, okay? So this keyword can be used to refer variables and call the constructors. Yes, but what variables? Global variables, okay? Always global variables. When you say this, it will always be the global variables. All right, guys? Yes. And there is no other way you can call the constructor except using one constructor from another constructor, except you without using this keyword you cannot call. Fine, guys? Now tell me, guys, if at all you guys understood this. Just a minute. I said this is how you will call the constructor. Correct? Now say there is one more constructor called doesn't take any argument, and it says okay, it says I'm a no argument constructor. Tell me, guys, I want to call this constructor. I want to call this constructor. How will I call, guys? And Alkesh is saying this question is in my mind. Bring it on, Alkesh. Bring it on. Let me know what is the question. And I will be always be happy if at all the class is like this, guys. Okay, the both way conversation. If just one way I'm saying, okay, even I get bored, guys. Okay, so it's good. It will definitely help you. Okay, so Alkesh, is there any question? What you ask now? Okay, all right. So how will I call this constructor, this particular constructor, which is on line number 17 from here? Line number 13, I want to call this constructor here from line number 13. What should I do, guys? I want all of you to answer. Alkesh is saying this. This is what Alkesh is saying. I'm not saying whether it's correct or not. Okay. Nagaveni is also saying the same thing. Nagaveni is also saying the same thing. Rajni is saying this one. This is what Rajni's answer, that is this dot country. Suganya is also saying the first answer. So what is the correct answer, guys? Correct answer is what I told you, guys. Okay, what I told you, always it will be like this. Say consider it as a method. Correct. I told you consider it as a method. That's the reason I went step by step. First I made it as a method, then I removed the void. Consider it as a method. This, if at all this country was a method, say void, I will call it like this. Correct. Instead of void, I am removing it. So you can call it like this, but you cannot use it here country. Instead of country, you have to use this keyword. All right, this is the correct answer, guys. Rajni, for you it is. Any doubt? Ask me. Any doubt here? Instead of that country, you just need to say this. That's it, guys. Any doubts? Anyone? And this is the plain constructor chaining, guys. This is how you will chain the constructors. No doubt? Okay. Now there are some rules, guys. Okay. There are some rules. Can I call, say, can I call from one this constructor which takes two arguments? Can I call these two constructors? It's not possible. You can call only one constructor from another constructor. You can call only one constructor from another constructor. However, you can do the chaining like this. This constructor is calling, see, this one is calling me this one, okay, and again this one is calling this constructor. This is called chaining. Okay, this is possible, but from the same constructor you are calling two different constructor, that is not possible. You cannot do something like this. Understood, guys? You cannot call two constructors from the same constructor. And also one more rule is, if at all you are calling the constructor, say SYSOUT, if at all you are calling a constructor, say I'm saying hi, it should be the first line in the constructor. You cannot call the constructor and the second line. If at all you want to call any constructor, it should be the first line in the constructor. Okay, it cannot be the second line. Okay, means there should not be any statement before this. You cannot do like this. It should be the first line, guys. Understood, guys? Or any doubt? Anyone? These are the only two rules, guys. Okay, one is you cannot call more than one constructor from another constructor. Second thing is calling to a constructor should be the first line in your constructor. Okay, these are the only two things. This is what is constructor chaining, guys. This is what is constructor chaining. Any doubt? No? And I believe everything is clear, whatever we discussed. Anyone having any doubt? Feel free to ask me, guys. Any doubt? Anyone? No doubt? All right, guys. Fine. If there is no doubt, we are done for today. Okay, we are done for today. I will be uploading all the recorded videos. Okay, so who all have Gmail accounts, guys? Who doesn't have Gmail account? Can you please, if any, all of you who have Gmail accounts, okay, can you guys ping me your Gmail accounts? Because I will be making those videos as private. You have to log, if at all you are going through the YouTube, you have to log in with your Gmail account. That's when you can go ahead and view those videos. Okay, Rajni, I got it. Alkesh, I got it. Suganya, I got it. So when you log into your YouTube, you should log in with this particular Gmail account. That's when you can see those videos. Okay, I'm waiting for Nagamani. Okay, so let me just make a note of this, guys. All right, guys. Okay, I got it. So this is Alkesh. This is from Rajni, and this is from Suganya, guys. Okay, this is from Suganya, and this is from Nagamani. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Okay, I'll be giving you the privileges, the access rights, okay, to see those videos. And once I upload it today, I'll be sending you guys the email on these email addresses. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for joining, and please, do not forget all these constructors and this keyword and all. Okay, and believe me, guys, uh, you might not be using all these things in real life situation, okay, since you being the Selenium developer, but it helps, guys. Okay, if at all you have uh, what you call this, have all this knowledge, the things will be very very easy for you guys. Okay, so things will be very very easy. Okay, that's all about it, guys. Okay, and if there is no questions, you guys can drop from the link, and if anyone has any question, they can stay. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, good night. Yeah, thanks, Suganya. Thanks, Alkesh. And Rajni, you can ask me the question. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can you just minimize this link that I have questions from that time?
Just a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Here, something that there are two global variables, like string, the capital and ISBN.
Mm-hmm.
So here in create object class, when sixth line is getting executed, the
Okay.
control goes to public country class, right?
Correct. See, it is like this. Yeah, you are.
Or it can start there.
No. What you said when you execute line number 6. What is your question?
The execution will be starting in the left side from line number 7.
Line number 7.
First out.
Line number 7. That's correct.
Okay.
That's right.
So when will this string capital and ISB code will come into picture?
I'm not able to hear you clearly. I will do one thing. Okay, I'll just call you on your phone. Okay, just a minute. Okay, because I'm not able to clearly hear you. Just a minute. Okay.
Okay. I'll call you.
No, I have free outgoing. No issues.